Mr. Rude and Me by Vintage Wi-Fi. This is literally my worst nightmare. Why me? Oh God, what have I done to deserve this? I'm not even exaggerating. What happened, you ask? My stupid best friend, Catherine Gray, got me kicked out of our dorm. And now I'm sitting outside with my bags and multiple pillows like a homeless person, because I am. I have nowhere to go. I was at a strict girls-only dorm because my mom thought she could keep me away from boys or something. Stupid her. And Kat brought her boyfriend in, and we got busted. To make matters worse, they were smoking. And now she ditched me and is staying with him for the time being, leaving me nowhere else to go. That's what I get for only having one friend. My boyfriend has a roommate, and he's kind of a dick, so there's no ways he can let me crash there. I can't call my mom and tell her. She would probably take me to a new college or something. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Are you okay? Comes a concerned voice. I'm snapped out of my thoughts and spot a guy I don't recognize look curiously at me. Luckily, not a lot of people are witnessing this awful sight because everyone is in class. We got kicked out just this morning, so I didn't attend any of mine. I shake my head, no. Don't cry. Don't cry. He's a stranger. You don't want to freak him out. He's a cute stranger with black curly hair and light brown nice eyes. He looks friendly enough so I don't feel scared of him or anything. Why do you have all these bags with you? He asks, confused and curious. Oh, I'm Nicholas, by the way. My friends call me Nick, though. I'm Chelsea. I smile lightly. And the bags... I kind of kicked out of my dorm. So someone is going to come pick you up? No. I have no place to go. I'm homeless, I murmur, running a frustrated hand through my dirty blonde hair. Oh my word, so what you gonna do? I shrug sadly and defeated, I don't know. He looks thoughtful for a moment before opening his mouth to speak. Listen, I may have an idea, but I'm not too sure it's going to work. My eyes open wide in hope. What? Tell me. I have a friend and he lives alone. He was looking for a roommate. But considering you're a girl, I don't think he'll be too thrilled, he tells me, but I kind of ignore the last part and focus on the fact that I may just score myself a place to stay. Please, can we try him? I plead desperately. I doubt he'll want this, though, he tells me. Oh, come on! I press, refusing any negative comments. He sighs agreeing before helping me pick up my bags, and I follow him to his car. I think we make 3 trips because I have that much luggage. Sigh. I don't want you to be too hopeful because he may just say no, he tells me awkwardly as we start to drive away. He's not very nice. I flash him my best puppy dog face. Do you think he could say no to that? I wouldn't. He chuckles, amused, glancing at me again. Hey, how come I don't know you? You seem pretty cool. Well, first of all, this campus is pretty big, I reply. And secondly, it's only my 2nd semester here, so I don't know a lot of people. He hums thoughtfully. Yeah, you have a point. It's my 3rd. What course are you taking? Literature. I want to be a writer. A writer? He looks impressed and quite interested. I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't know pretty girls could write. Flirt much? I giggle, rolling my eyes at him. Should I be offended? It's a compliment. What course are you doing? I ask him. Law. I'm also quite impressed and interested. I didn't know curly-haired boys wanted to be lawyers. He chuckles, amused. Fair enough. We carry on with the small talk, which is actually quite nice and relaxing, as I'm greeted with unfamiliar but familiar surroundings when I look out the window. Whoa, aren't these apartments crazy expensive? I ask Nick with wide eyes when I see we've reached our destination. Only rich kids live at the Cottage Hill apartments, and right now I'm quite intimidated. Nick shrugs as he gets out the car, and I follow suit. Not really. Plus, if he agrees, then you only have to pay half. Half is probably the full rent I was paying at my old dorms, but I sigh relieved. I carry on following Nick to his friend's house, and the whole time I'm just praying he will be nice and give me a place to stay. I am literally so desperate. Where could I possibly sleep if I don't find one? We get to door number 14, and Nick gently knocks. There's a few seconds, which feel like hours, before the door is answered, and whoa! Is this guy a model? A Greek god? He is fine. Behind the door is a blonde-haired boy. He has the shiniest and prettiest gray eyes I've ever seen, and I'm slightly captivated. He has the smoothest-looking skin, making him look like he washed 5 times a day. His pink and full lips and nose are literally so perfect, you would think he was made in a factory. He has slightly high cheekbones, and God, his jawline could cut through metal or something. His body! He is very well built, not too muscular, but also not limp. Just perfect. He is a good 3 or 4 inches taller than me. Seriously, is this guy real? Wow. What? What is it? He snaps after a while. Rude alert. Okay, maybe Nick was right about him not being so nice. But his voice sounds so good and husky. He has nice teeth, too. Focus, Chelsea! Dude, chill, Nick says calmly, probably used to his friend, "This is Chelsea." He doesn't even look at me as I was going to wave at him. So? She needs a place to stay, and you were looking for someone, Nick replies harshly. I'm guessing he's getting quite annoyed with how rude his friend is being for no reason. She's a girl, he deadpans, finally looking at me. I take this as my cue to speak, please. I won't bother you. You living in my apartment is very much going to bother me, he says bluntly, looking me up and down. Suddenly, he's not so hot anymore. I start to squirm uncomfortably. He doesn't look impressed with how I look. Rude much? Dude, come on! Nick tried to speak for me. She has no place to stay. Have a heart for once, man. Finally, he opens the door wider and lets us in. Yep, this apartment is as big and nice as I thought it would be. It's a bit plain, making it very obvious that it's only a boy that lives here, but still quite luxurious. I'm convinced just the kitchen and living room is the size of my entire old dorm. You would swear it's a person who works that lives here and not a college student. Okay, now I really want him to say yes. How do you know this girl, Nicholas? Is she another one of your sluts? That does it! How dare he? I scoff, very much offended, my eyes and mouth widening. Excuse you, Dick. But I have a boyfriend and I have a name. He looks quite taken aback that I just swore at him, but quickly covers it up. Do I care? Kyle. Stop it, Nick intervenes warningly. So that's the asshole's name. Kyle narrows his eyes at his friend. She started it. She just called me a dick. 'Cause you called me a slut, I retort defensively. Listen, if you don't want to live with me, then you could have just said so and not be rude about it. Why do you need a place? He rolls his eyes. I got kicked out of my dorm because of my friend, I tell him, arms crossed. I can give attitude too. Don't you want to live with a girl instead? He sighs, bored, looking like he seriously doesn't want to me engaging in any type of conversation with me. I would if I could, I retort. He narrows his eyes at me. Drop the attitude, sweetheart. You're still dependent on me. I sigh. So can she have the room or not? Nick asks his very rude but sinfully hot friend. We all stay silent for a while before Kyle sighs with a very loud and defeated groan. Ugh, fine. You can stay. I don't want to, but I end up grinning like an idiot. Really? He rolls his eyes, clenching his fists. Yes, fucking really? Don't make me regret it. I squeal, jumping to hug Nick. I would hug Kyle, but I have a feeling he would kick me. He chuckles before hugging me back, even lifting me up and spinning me playfully. Thank you, thank you. I'm going. I'll leave the keys here, Kyle says, putting the keys on the kitchen counter before exiting the house. Well, let's get you moved it, Nick chirps, moving away from me, and I smile before we walk to the car to get my stuff. Yay!